Welcome back to Big Bob's Barbecue and More. Today we're doing something different. We're shifting gears here. We're going to learn how to season an iron skillet or any cast ironware. There's nothing to be afraid of if your wife isn't holding it, threatening to beat you with it because you did something wrong. There are a few things in the process of seasoning that if you do it wrong, your wife's going to beat you. Make sure you have all the stuff you need. First, we got a cast iron pan. Picked one up cheap at Cabela's. They're all on sale. You can also do other brands like Lodge on Amazon. Let's go through the process. It's nice and easy. Here we go. First step is, this came pre-seasoned. I don't know who touched it. All those grubby little fingers at the store. We gotta wash this stuff. Plus then, I don't know what they pre-seasoned it with. It's probably mostly chemicals and stuff. So I got the hot water already. I wasn't going to video a faucet running. So we're going to run it under some hot water and we're going to wipe it down with a sponge, but only the soft side, not the abrasive side, and no soap. Whatever you do, don't use dish soap on this because all the flavors will absorb into that cast iron. As much as I like Dawn dish detergent, I don't want to eat it. So let's get going. Alright, so that's good enough. We got off, all the people's grime that manhandled this at the store or whatever. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to put this on the stove on medium heat and get it warm. Alright, I've got this sucker on the stove on medium heat. I'm going to try and capture it with the video camera. What's going to happen here is the center will heat up first and you will see the water disappear from the center and up the sides. Even where there is no water, you're going to see a water vapor come off of it. After this, we're going to use oil. I use grapeseed oil. It has a nice high smoke point. You can use olive oil, flaxseed oil, grapeseed oil. You can use vegetable oil, but only on the outside. If you're going to store it for a really long period of time, you want to use a really stable oil like grapeseed or flaxseed. Last thing you want is stuff to go rancid. You can use vegetable shortening, but you better use your cast ironware every day. Otherwise your food's going to be disgusting because it will go rancid. You can see it drying out. It's almost there. Now, we're looking to have that at about 200, 220 degrees when you can just barely touch it. I've been burned plenty of times, so I know when it's too hot. I can still touch that. You can't season cold cast iron. You can't season cold cast iron because the pores have to be open to accept that oil. Now, the other thing you need is just a lint-free rag. Don't use a paper towel. The paper towel will leave fuzzy stuff all over your cast iron. And then you're going to go cook a great meal for your wife. You're going to ask her, hey, wasn't that awesome? And she's going to go, nah, tastes like Bounty paper towels. So use a lint-free rag. To make a lint-free rag, just make sure that you've washed it through the washing machine and the dryer at least twice. And then it won't leave any fuzzies behind. So this is almost ready. I'm going to put some grapeseed oil on this washcloth and we're going to rub it in. And then from there, we're going to put it in the oven. Right here you can see the water vapor starting to go up the side. I don't know if you can see that. I don't see it in the viewfinder of my camera. So we're at about 220 there, I'm going to say, based on the fact that I can barely keep my hand on it. Now let's put some oil in it. I put a couple tablespoons in. I'm getting all over the bottom of the pan, up the sides, the handles, and I'm holding on to it using an oven mitt. We're going to do the outside too. We don't want anything to rust. You can see the nice glisten that the oil gives it. That pan is pretty hot. It's hot enough for me to use an oven mitt. Another tablespoon or so. We want to season everywhere here. Next, we're going to put it in the oven. And the oven is not on. We're going to turn it on once it goes in the oven. Alright, it is in the oven. There are pans underneath because we want to catch that oil. Anything that drops down. If you don't have those pans there, remember what I said about your wife beating you when she gets home and there's oil all over the bottom of the oven? This is the point where she would do that. So we're going to close that up. We're going to turn it on. We're going to set it to 350 and we're just going to let it go. When it gets up to 350, we're going to let it go for half an hour. And then from there, we're just going to turn off the oven and let it cool all the way down. And then we're going to rub it again with oil. And we're going to do that 2 or 3 times till that is nice and slick and smooth and the oil sweats up on it. Stay tuned, we'll show you what happens. The oven just hit 350 degrees, so we're going to start a timer here for 30 minutes. And then as soon as it's done, we're just going to turn the oven off and let it sit there and cool down. When it's cool enough for me to touch with a mitt around 200 degrees or so, we're going to take it out, oil it again, put it back in again. See you soon. There we go. Time's up. 30 minutes. I'm turning off the oven and we're just going to let it cool down. Alright, so we ran through the process 3 whole times. We oiled it, put it in, took it up to 350, put it in there for half an hour, let it go back down to cool off until the oven shuts off. Take it out, oil it again, rinse and repeat. Well, not really rinse. And so this was after the final time. You can see how the oil is built up and it looks like it's sweating. That's perfect. That means all the pores are filled and it can't take any more oil. That means it's seasoned. So let's take it out. So you can see the sweat here, and that's oil that's beaded up. And again, that's perfect. That means this is seasoned. It just cannot handle any more oil and it's baked on. So we're going to take, again, a lint-free cloth. And we're just going to wipe that up. Now, as we use this, that nice dark shine will keep building up. What am I going to cook in it? Well, one of the best things to cook is bacon. Get those oils in there real good. There's no water in bacon grease in homemade bacon grease. And if you need a recipe, check out the link to the other video that we've done. So I'll probably cook up some bacon in here. Now, remember those pans that I had you put at the bottom of the oven? See all that oil in there? If that got on the bottom of the oven, my wife would kill me. So, that's how you season a cast iron pan. No reason to be afraid of it unless your wife's holding it and she's going to beat you with it. Thanks for watching Big Bob's Barbecue and More. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe. Find that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the notifications. If you really like what you saw, make sure to support me through my Amazon affiliate program. I'll include the links in the comments below. Thanks, and happy barbecuing.